What's going on, everybody? It's Steven here, back again with another unboxing, and today we're going to be taking a look at none other than Majin Buu. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the outside of the box. It's a little bit bigger than most SH FIGUARTS figures, but Majin Buu is a big figure in comparison to most of these SH FIGUARTS. Now this one stands at about 7.5 inches tall. Most of these SH FIGUARTS are usually about 5.5 to 6 inches, so he's got a good about 1.5 inches on most figures. The retail price for this one was $70. However, I think now he's only worth about $60, so the price has dropped on this figure, which is pretty good for you guys. I got him used on eBay for about $45. So let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, so this is what he looks like, still packaged. He comes with 4 heads, comes with 4 pairs of hands, and a little pink orb right over here. Do note that this head right here, this is for a different SH FIGUARTS. It's the Buu Zen figure, I think they call it, but this is kind of like an additional head that you can have for that figure. So I guess in reality this figure only comes with these 3 heads right here. So opening it up, taking the figure out the box, he's got really big joints. This is a very big figure compared to most SH FIGUARTS. He's like very lanky, long. The posability is still there. As usual, SH FIGUARTS gives you maximum posability even in the toes. The hands are not posable, as usual, but the hands are very big. The pieces for this figure are like very big compared to most. And just as a height reference, I have the Goku, the God version, and you can see the height difference right here is about 1.5 inches, 2 inches tall. I mean, even looking at the hands, this figure is so much bigger. But that's what makes this one really cool and very unique in my opinion. So you take a look at the shoulder, he's got his double joints right here, the shoulder rotation's very good. He's very easy to pose because there's not much, he doesn't wear any clothes really. So there's nothing that restricts this figure, which is what I like. So you can get really good poses out of him. I mean, his shoulders move so well, his abdomen moves so well. His legs are jointed like here, above and below the knee and at the toes. So you can get a lot of poses with this figure here. So let's take a look at the accessories. I'll start off with the heads here. So this head here is kind of just him, open jawed. The way you place it in is just a little snap piece right there. But he's got that greenish blue tongue. The teeth look great. If you look closely just above the brow, you can see the detail, the veins popping out. This is a very cool head to have. And that little tail piece that moves along the back. This is what makes the box so big, by the way. It's not really that it's like a lot in depth, but when you look at the figure from a side angle, you have to package him just enough so that you can actually, compensate for this portion right here. The other head is this one right here, and it's about the same thing. He has that evil grin on his face. If you look closely, you can see the red eyes, and again, just kind of pops into place right there. There's not much to these heads, but there's just so much to look at because they're so big. And the regular head that he comes with, I'm just gonna pop this one off, which pops off easy, by the way. Kind of just like an angry stare. So this one's pretty neat too. This is made out of plastic, by the way. I don't think that this figure has any hand-painted pieces. I know some SH FIGUARTS come with hand-painted pieces, but not this one. So moving on to the hands. So he comes with two regular open palms. I'll show you one. And this is the open palm look right here. Fingernails painted black just like the anime. There's not a ton of detail on the inside of the palm, but you can see the lines in the fingers here. And again, this piece is, his hands are so much bigger than most figures. I mean, he is a big figure overall, but I don't think they make SH Figuarts to scale. So the fact that they did make him bigger in general was actually pretty cool. And just to get him popped in the hands, there's just a little ball joint there. It doesn't move at all, so any movement would have to come from the hand. And these, I guess, gauntlet-looking wrist pieces, it kind of restricts mobility just a little bit. So you don't have a ton of movement, but it's not completely restricted either. I guess it could be better. So you have two of these hands right here. And moving along, you have a closed fist. You have two of these for the right and left hand. There's not much to them, so not much to show. And then right here, we have kind of like a little hook of a finger going like this. This is actually, there's only one of them, and this is for the left hand. Other than that, it's really just a closed fist. There's not much to it, but you got one of these. And in substitution for the right hand, you've got one of these. It's like a little pointer index finger. And this one goes on the right hand while the other one goes on the left hand. So these are, I guess, the two unique hands that would go with this figure. Lastly, for the hands, you have these like very open palms, as if he's like holding something in his hand, like some sort of blast that he's about to do. You can see that the fingers bend back very far. He's got two of these, by the way, for left and right. I'll be showing you the right hand, but here you go. Again, just pops right in. The painting is good on these. There's not a whole lot of detail because, I mean, Majin Buu wasn't a very detailed character to begin with, so there's not a whole lot of detail to put into these hands. But the color is very accurate, I'll also add. And then you have this little blast piece right here. So it's one solid piece. Kind of just looks like that, with a little tail coming off the end. It's spiky. And then there's a little hole right here. I'm assuming that this one would go into an index finger. I guess I stand corrected. I'm gonna have to see exactly. I'm pretty sure this is how it's done. I'm gonna check the box right now. Alright, so I'm completely incorrect about this. It goes on the Majin Buu Zen head right here, as you can see. So that's what the purpose is of this piece. So I guess this doesn't even go towards the Majin Buu figure we see here. In that case, we get attached to this here. So this is the Majin Buu, I think they called it Zen again. I'll just keep calling it that. And that's what he looks like right here. Except his headpiece kind of curls up this way, not like far back like the other figures do, or the other heads. But it's the same concept, just a little, you know, pop right in. And then you just take this little nub piece, and it pops right in. So it does something like this, like that kind of look. And that's what that is. So this doesn't go towards the Majin Buu, it goes towards the Zen version, as I'm gonna call it. So in reality, this Majin Buu figure doesn't really come with any, I guess, accessories other than hands, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but I guess it's also pretty cool that they come with figures that have pieces for other figures that you would want. So just as a quick recap, you have the open palms, you have even more open palms, a pair of fists, a pointer index finger, and a kind of hooked finger there. You also have the spiked accessory that goes towards the Majin Buu Zen figure as well.
You're also given 4 different faces. You have that big open jaw look, that closed mouth, angry face kind of look. You have the open mouth grin on the lower left side, and then you have that extra Majin Buu Zen face. If you have that Majin Buu Zen figure, that it goes along very well with that pink orb I just showed you.
So there you have it, everybody. That was the Majin Buu SH Figuarts figure. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to check out my Instagram account, obitobi_10, for a bunch of photos of all my figures. Thank you, and have a good day.